Kia ora, and welcome to Thursday's Economy Watch, where we follow the events and trends that affect Aotearoa. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz. And today we lead with news: the price of gold is falling, long-term benchmark interest rates keep on rising with larger risk premiums, and monetary policy regulators are coming around to the idea of rate cuts to bolster flagging economic expansion everywhere. But first, in the US, mortgage application volumes rose marginally last week from the prior week and holding on to the 11% jump from the previous period. Benchmark home loan rates were basically stable, but at an elevated level, averaging 6.86%. And Canadian building consents fell in March, and by more than expected, although to be fair, it has only cancelled the February rise and probably isn't too surprising given their election campaign and overall economic uncertainty around relationships with the US. Meanwhile, Canadian vehicle sales took off in March and to its best month since the pandemic, as buyers rushed to get hold of pickups, utes and light trucks ahead of the threat of sharply higher prices. On the other hand, car sales dived. In China, new yuan loan levels were unusually weak in the April data released overnight. Banks approved loans at their lowest rate for an April since 2005, and at 280 billion yuan, that was less than 10% of the good March level and less than half of the year-ago level, itself unusually weak. Of course, it reflects the initial impact of the trade war on Chinese businesses. In Australia, we should note that large parts of Victoria and South Australia are in a severe drought condition, even parts of Tasmania. Some say it's the worst in a lifetime, with zero April rainfall extending into May. If there is any hope for livestock farmers, it is that grain production has been high in other areas, enabling grain-fed beef to continue. Lucky for them, grain-fed beef demand is rising in China. Those drought conditions contrast with the endless rain Sydney is having. And next week on Tuesday, the Aussie Central Bank will be reviewing its 4.1% cash rate target. More analysts now see a 25 basis point cut then. Although it is no certainty, financial markets have also priced in a 25 basis point cut. And staying in Australia, regulator ASIC is tackling Macquarie again. ASIC is suing Macquarie Securities, alleging it engaged in misleading conduct by misreporting millions of short sales to the market operator over 14 years. They allege that between December 2009 and February 2024, Macquarie failed to correctly report the volume of short sales by at least 73 million of them. ASIC estimates it could be between 298 million and 1.5 billion of short sales misreported. The last ASIC action against Macquarie was just over a week ago with compliance failures. This latest action is the fifth by ASIC against Macquarie since April 2024. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.53%, up 3 basis points so far today. And the price of gold will start today at $3,175 an ounce, down another $67 from yesterday. And oil prices are marginally lower today at just under $63.50 a barrel in the US, while the international Brent price is just under $66.50 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is now at 59.1 US cents, down 30 basis points from yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're up 10 basis points at 91.8 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're down 30 basis points at 52.8 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just under 67.6 and down a net 30 basis points from this time yesterday. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $103,147 and down almost 1% from yesterday. Volatility of the past 24 hours has remained modest at just under plus or minus 1.1%. You can find links to the articles mentioned today in our show notes, and you can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.